Okay. So how do you guys feel like you guys are updated in today's world with like news, media outlets, or just like politics? It's not kind of, yeah. Well, how do you guys feel like you guys have the response that you guys are looking for when you're like getting educated in the news media today? Right? So today I'd like to introduce the quote, "If the blind leads the blind, both shall fall into a ditch," and it's quoted by the Bible. So, and in today's world, society, so leadership is very important in today's society, especially in our government and presidential candidate, whatever. But it is very important for leadership because us as citizens, us as individuals, we expect leadership when we overcome obstacles we can't really like get over by itself. And another factor to consider in this quote, "If the blind leads the blind," is having the responsibility as also the influencee as opposed to the influencer. And following leadership is critical because you need to know who you are believing in, who are you putting your trust in, and if you put in blind trust to someone you don't really know, then you also don't know the outcome that you also suspect as well. And leadership also, so leadership is also important because if you are leading and you're leading people who don't know what's going on, you also have the responsibility of making sure that you know what you are doing in today's in your objective. And it could also be seen as an outcome of potential success as well, because there is a possibility that you have the qualities of leadership, and even though you don't know what you're doing, you also have basic instincts of possibly achieving success. Even though you don't know what you're doing, but you have the qualities of leadership when you're leading people who don't really know what they're doing. You can also, you could also have the potential of achieving success. Thank you.
All right, well, the problem with audience surveys is if people don't respond very clearly, they feel a little bit awkward, and I thought we got a little bit of awkwardness that is an attention device. But the transition to the quote was fine. You don't really tell us what it is you're going to say about the quote. You start talking immediately about leadership, and I think leadership is definitely something that applies to your topic, but you should kind of explain how you get there. There's not really a preview of what the structure is going to be, and it sounds like you end up kind of going in circles sometimes when you're talking about the issue of leadership. You don't have any particular examples that you point to. Everything stays at a very abstract level. I think you'll find that it's easier to talk about something in particular, and don't be shy about calling out a name or using a personal incident or talking about something that everybody's likely to know about. We've got historical examples, contemporary examples, something that would illustrate the point that you're talking about. You just kind of keep it vague and make these platitude sorts of statements, and I think that that means that we're not going to get as much out of the presentation as we would like. On the delivery factors, your voice projects reasonably well, but you never seem to get a rhythm to it. It does sometimes feel a little bit like you are hesitating frequently, and it's not that you start and stop, but you're slowing down in odd places to maybe let ideas catch up with you a little bit. Your facial expressions are very impassive. There's basically no eye contact. You look down at the ground in front of us for the most part. Once in a while you glance up. You need to be much more consistent about that. There aren't any gestures, especially in the first part of the speech. You have your hands crossed in front of you. You maybe loosen up a little bit during the presentation, but I think you need to be a little more engaged, and there needs to be a lot more immediacy to the presentation. All right, thank you.